Might be a good idea now that Finch is standing outside the crease to try and bowl those balls outside the off and try and get him out with the ball leaving him rather than the ball coming back in, which happened with that ball earlier. 2 slips. Because he's doing that, the ball coming back in will have limited effect. Every time I see batsmen standing outside the crease and do that as a method to counter the problem against swing bowling, it was an option that wasn't available to all batsmen before the 70s. With the helmet, batsmen today can do all this kind of stuff against the fast bowlers. Before
Virat Kohli has, I think it's himself, in what I think is a really important position, both in one-day cricket and in Test match cricket. Right on square there. You see the ball go off the left-hander, slicing off the face. I often see one at gully. I think it's a good position. There you see. Nice shot there, nicely timed.
Played it on the up. Tells you that it is a pitch where the ball coming at a good pace, can be played well on the up. Not much movement, not much lateral movement. But this is a big ground. You really need to power and time it. A little bit of a relay.
It's been a really interesting first half an hour of play. Virat Kohli's under a bit of pressure, where to put his fielders. With a little bit in the surface for the bowlers. He's been a bit undecided as to whether to have a second slip for Finch. Finch has been out of the crease, trying to put pressure back on Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. That's a battle that's been going on throughout the series. A bit of width and in the game. Talk about Finch's position at the crease. There you go, and Sydney on the left and today on the right. It's just something he's thought about. It's batting management, really. He's thought about how he can counter the threat of Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. It's twofold, really. One, the LBW might be taken out of play, and two, he's just forced the bowler to readjust his length. This time it was wide enough. How about that batting then from Aaron Finch? That process he's gone through.
Well, you've got to make some adjustments, and what he's trying to do is narrow the angle of the swing that Bhuvaneshwar Kumar gets, even with the white ball, by standing outside, way outside the crease, which means that the length will also have to be shortened by Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. If the length is shortened, then the ball will not move that much in the air or off the surface. So it's good thinking, but he's out of form. So because we saw that, despite standing outside, he was still playing and missing.
Bye.
Now have a look at that. The one on your right, Melbourne is standing way outside the crease. The little back and across shuffle, but then look where his front foot is. What happens? Nothing. Plays and misses. But he survives. So as far as getting the ball in the middle of the bat, it still hasn't quite worked for the Australian captain.
A little too wide though, 27 for 1. So the duel continues then. Yeah, that's much better from Aaron Finch.
He seems to have gone back on into the crease a little bit. That's him struggling today. He's edged a couple that have been carried. He's forced himself to be a little more positive and force changes and not be a sitting duck as far as... That's a much better shot. It'll make him feel a little better.
He's also asking questions of A, the fielder, and B, the captain. I mean, Dhoni's been up to the stumps a couple of times to try and counter that decision from Finch. Kohli, the captain's had a couple of slips in, then he moved to slip out and put him to mid-wicket because perhaps he feels now Finch has found a way of coping with it. Then the edge went through second slip. So as much as the move itself just changed the psychology a little bit, but he's still got a lot of batting to do. He's only just got 14, a long way to go, but it's a better start for him, put it that way.
I'm sure Finch as a batsman just wants to get through this phase. I'm certain he believes that if he bats through 10-12 overs, he'd probably give himself a better chance to score runs today. Sometimes these ugly runs as an opening batsman are also very important. You get through these difficult phases and you somehow manage to get back into form. So when you're out of form, any kind of runs will give you a little bit of confidence.
Good foot movement, much more aggressive, much more into the line of the ball quickly. And that there, Sonny, was a type of length. If he'd been back on the crease, the ball would have had a bit more time to do something, maybe a bit more time to react off the surface. But you can see there, he's hitting the ball a lot earlier because he's down the pitch.
That's right. So he is making life a little bit difficult for Bhuvneshwar Kumar. Now you can see the fact that he's now stretching forward also means that the LBW is going to be pretty much out of the equation. But more importantly, he's given himself time at the crease and is now middling the ball a lot more than at the start of the innings when he was edging them or shouldering arms. You can see this is the line that Bhuvneshwar Kumar has bowled outside the off stump, trying to get the ball to swing back in to the right-hander.
I reckon as a duel even, Finch would want to see off Bhuvneshwar Kumar as much as possible.
Finch just pulling away. Goff, he bowled, I think, we'll have another look, but it looked like he delivered it from way back behind the umpire, around the umpire now, and Finch just pulled away. Bowl if he wants from behind, doesn't have to bowl from the crease if you like, he can bowl from behind it, but not behind or alongside the umpire. There he goes, behind the umpire. Umpire can't see the delivery.
But it's not illegal, he's not overstepping. This is something new that bowlers will keep thinking in limited overs cricket, because generally they are on a hiding to nothing. Entitled to ask why is it called a dead ball. And before that ball was bowled, this is what Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Mahendra Singh Dhoni were discussing. But look what's happened now. Whether he take a review or not. No, he's not taking a review, so he goes again. The Australian captain's bad form continues, once again falling to Bhuvneshwar Kumar. Standing outside the crease. Hasn't worked for the Australian captain. You can see that, yes, he misses another one that comes back in. And he's been given out LBW. So second wicket for the Australians. The captain gone for 14. It's 27 for 2. Look where he is. It's in below the knee roll. That's always where the umpires think that the ball is not going to go over the top of the stump. So 14 to Finch, 27 for 2.
Terrific start then for India.
Yes.
He's done it again, Bhuvi. He's got the Australian captain. All the chat about being out of the crease. In the end, he still finds the right length to trap him. Man of the moment, though, for Australia with the bat. He has 400s in his last 8 innings. Boy, they could do with another one right now. Very different conditions. Ball moving around a little bit. Brilliant from Bhuvi, though. Absolutely fantastic. Under pressure, captain, keeper, everyone trying to find a solution. He just stuck to what he does well. Bowls the length. Finds the perfect length. Doesn't matter where he's standing, he's still falling over that full ball. You can see him playing the wrong line. Good decision in the end as well. Just clipping leg stump.
He just can't seem to be able to play the incoming delivery. Off the middle. 100 under his belt in the previous game.
What was interesting as well, going back to that dismissal, was MS Dhoni just called Bhuvi, didn't he, and had a little chat. And, one was the delivery, I think, before, where he bowled it from behind the umpire, and then the next ball he was spot on. Yeah, and almost an acknowledgement there to Dhoni.
Aaron Finch is captain. He's played 8 matches and scored 143 runs, averaging 17.8. Doesn't seem like he's able to adjust, handling both captaincy and batting, opening the batting for Australia with a lot of ease. The pressures of both the jobs obviously getting to him. He's probably still finding a way to adjust into both roles.
Yeah, interesting his decision here. He's in that position at what, square cover should we call it, catching. Looks a good position. But because of Marsh's form, because of the way Marsh is playing, he doesn't have a second slip. Right now at of the second slip and the man catching. Just whilst he gets in at 30 for 2. There's a little bit of respect really for Marsh's form and the way he's played.
Also because this pair has been pretty successful in this series against India. This is the pair that generally rebuilds the innings for Australia.
Good over 30 for 2. Vijay Shankar then to bowl his first ball in one-day international cricket. He goes for a single. It's a nice start for him, a steady start on debut today. Replacing Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, who's bowled 5 overs. Oh, very, very well again, dismissing Aaron Finch. Let's just take you through the process then. Aaron Finch done something slightly different in this game. Have his crease. So MS Dhoni says, right, enough. Let's just have a quick chat. That was the result of it. Bowled it behind the umpire. Then the very next ball, absolutely spot on. So only the players can tell you exactly what went on in that discussion, but whatever it was gold. It worked.
He's bowling from behind the stumps. MST would have said to him, look, he's trying to narrow that your swing by standing outside the crease, so you bowl from behind the stumps. And that's exactly what Bhuvaneshwar Kumar did. Three dot balls to start his one-day career for Vijay Shankar. And then he comes up and bowls at the normal length and see what happens. Gets the ball to nip back in. And Finch once again playing across the line, across the front pad, and being hit just below the knee roll. That's good enough for the umpire.
This is pretty good. Nice time to bowl as well. The team 31 for 2. Batsman thinking more about survival than getting after you when you're on your debut. It's a pitch that you'll enjoy bowling on as well. Again, the field he's got, you just saw it, there's no slips. It's quite a defensive field, based really around the fact that there's a lad making his debut. It's a pretty good captaincy, I think. Just giving him a little bit of protection, just let him get into his spell. This was the moment he won't forget, getting his cap this morning.
Pulling good tight lines here, Vijay Shankar. It's not giving Sean Marsh a lot of weight. It's pulled well within the stumps this over.
Fielding's been good. 32 for 2. Early bowl. Sakida Jadhav. First game in the series. That's all the seam options been used. Lovely to have another seamer now to come in and bowl, but the spin of Jadhav.
Below sea level, as Sunny Sir would call it.
Yes, the delivery when he releases the ball. The occasional one is a little angular. But he's got 22 wickets. It was Mahendra Singh Dhoni who first gave him the ball as captain, and he started picking wickets. 4 for 86. There it is. This is a normal delivery, giving it a little bit of air. Then he'll go almost round arm, and that's what I call below sea level, because he's not exactly the tallest bloke in the world.
One has to say that his economy rate for a part-time bowler is sensational. 4.89.
That's the below sea level delivery.
The gap. 37 for 2 then from 12. Nicely played. Very different feel now to batting out there in the middle, the MCG, and under pressure from Shami and from Bhuvi. Now you've got a lad on debut who's bowled well in his first over, and an off spinner. Love to have an extra seamer running in now. Perhaps he could even give Bhuvi one more over, just to try and dismiss Marsh in particular, that's been in great form.
That was just what I was going to ask you, gentlemen. at the 10th over mark, when Sean Marsh just came in a bat, do you all feel that India probably missed a trick? They should have bowled one more of Bhuvi or Shami?
Well, Bhuvi was the one who was looking the more dangerous, so yes, maybe one more over. But captains generally don't want to over bowl. So a 5-over spell, then maybe another 2-over spell and a 3-over spell towards the end. That's been the norm for Bhuvaneshwar. Also, perhaps the thinking is that because 2 new batsmen at the crease, maybe ease Vijay Shankar in. He can bowl a few overs without conceding too many runs, and that's what's happened. This is the first wicket. Superb delivery this, and a very good catch by the Indian captain.
2 for 15 in 5 overs. Bhuvi definitely seems to have gotten his mojo back. Again, good tight lines by Vijay Shankar.
I think when you make those decisions as a captain, one thing you can do is look at what the opposition batsmen at the time want least. And if you're the Sean Marsh and Usman Khawaja, what are you hoping to get? You're hoping to get what you've probably got, rather than perhaps an extra over or 2 from the seamers. Just look a bowler light, maybe.
This is good, very good from Vijay Shankar. Coming to bowl the last ball of his second over, has just given away 4 runs. Exactly what the captain wanted from him. Bit of an inside edge, 39 for 2.
To continue then to Sean Marsh. Very well. Sonny. That was another of your favourite deliveries.
See from where he's bowled. Can you see it? You can't see his arm. It was so low. Now he's bowled the conventional way, tossed it up nicely and got a bit of turn as well.
Two very stark opposite deliveries. One with nice overspin on it, got it to turn and bounce a little bit. The previous one, an absolute undercutter. That's another undercutter. It's definitely got Sean Marsh feeling a little uncomfortable there. He's looking to get off strike.
It's very difficult to size him up, Kedar Jadhav. He mixes his speeds, he mixes the height at which he releases the ball. This is of course that sideways delivery. Getting a bit of turn.
Keeping away just 7 runs in 1.5 overs. Another undercutter. Tapped away for another single. It's 42 for 2 after 14.
Making his debut today. 3 batsmen in here, but Sonny, if you were facing Vijay Shankar, what would he make of the action?
He's got a nice easy run up, nice high delivery, gets close to the stumps. Not a big mover of the ball, but he's got good control over his line, good control over his length, and he bowls wicket to wicket. You bowl wicket to wicket, you give yourself more of a chance to get the batsman out, particularly limited overs cricket. Have a look at this. It's a nice easy run up, building up into the delivery stride. The left hand could maybe go a little bit higher. He'd probably get a little more pace if it did. Maybe a few yards in pace as well.
Vijay Shankar will be happy with the way he's started off his international career as far as bowling is concerned. Be good to have another all-rounder in our ranks. He's definitely looked to tuck Shaun Marsh up in the last 2 or 3 overs that he's bowled. It's not give him any width. It's also where Shaun Marsh has got a lot of his runs in the last 2 games. When width was offered, he's pounced on it.
Steady stuff, and Australia just happy to absorb any pressure that's there, having lost a couple of early wickets. They know that it's a pretty slow outfield, it's a big outfield here as well. They can get themselves to a score. Conditions not due to change. Looking at the forecast, it's going to be overcast throughout the day. Lucky trying to angle it down to third man. It's another good over though from Vijay Shankar. 45 for 2.
Nicely tucked away. Get 2 there. Yeah, Alex Carey got a good ball. Looked like it held up on the pitch. Can't do much about that. It's just been slow going since.
Yeah, well, that too is
no boundaries
from about
since the
12
eighth
singles.
over.
Yeah, from about 12 singles in a row, and then that too. That was it. Was it an edge?
Yeah, I
thought
think
he
so.
took that.
I think he has.
MS Stoney, you don't often see him miss ones. A little outside edge. It was a nothing delivery. It turned a fraction.
Oh
dear.
Oh dear. I don't know how he's dropped that. He hasn't looked comfortable all day, actually, behind the stumps, MS Stoney.
Gee, that would have been a big wicket.
He's actually getting a little bit of
Yeah,
sorry,
he's
Ish.
got a bit of grip on that one.
There's 3 or 4 balls that have just held up, so Chahal might be a handful when he gets on the bowl. Even Jadeja on this type of wicket.
Oh, he is really struggling against the slow round arm half truckers.
He is. There's just no pace on the ball, no bounce. Whoop. We run into each other then.
Yeah, that ball there, he could have nearly hit that over mid-wicket for 6. But he's in the wrong frame of mind thinking, I've got to survive. This is the little outside edge. That would have been a little sneaky one, that.
Yeah, should have caught it, shouldn't he, Danny?
Yes!
We've got a change of commentary. Adam Gilchrist, Michael Vaughan and Harsha Bogle will take you through.
Thank you, Brendan Julian. The little arm wrestle here for the Australians continues. They just cannot get any momentum into this innings. Just a run rate of 3 runs and over. Vijay Shankar easing into his first one day up.
Tell you what India have managed to do, largely because of Bhuvneshwar's first spell. Kedar Jadhav and Vijay Shankar, between them, 6 overs for just 19 runs. And I did not think I'd see a day when Adam Gilchrist, Michael Vaughan and Shane Warne are sitting in front and hearing the bowling of Kedar Jadhav.
Well, it's marvellous.
Spinning a web, wasn't he? He should have had a wicket there.
Right arm underground.
Right, that'll be the boundary after what, almost 9 or 10 overs. Just a little short. And Marsh says, right, I'll pick up my first. It's taken time coming.
Yeah, he's been waiting for this short one. Shankar's bowled nicely. He's got the ball to swing a little bit through the air. And at this pace, 123 kilometres, as soon as you drag it down short, a player in the form of Shaun Marsh is not going to miss that opportunity.
I'm just thinking, are these two being overcautious, or is the ball just holding on the surface a little bit?
Well, I think it's held in the surface. India have bowled very well. Got some real skillful bowlers. You know, the overhead conditions are going to play a part as well. A bit of moisture. Probably a bit of both.
We've got 2 bowlers bowling, one of whom has only on 4 occasions bowled his full quota of 10 overs in a List A game, and the other hardly ever bowls in first-class cricket. And they've bowled 7 overs for 24 between them so far.
Disappointed there, Shaun Marsh. Leg side offering. I think there's still, I mean, Shaun Marsh is obviously coming off a 100 and a 50 in the previous game. There's a virtual field to the left-handers. Fairly stock standard field that you expect in this phase of the game in one-day internationals, just the 4 men allowed outside the circle at the moment. I think there's still an element of nervousness about this batting lineup. I mean, Sean Marsh is a notoriously slow starter anyway.
India needs a wicket now, don't they?
A slip fielder. No. Short leg पे क्या जाएगा? Short leg.
And that's lopped up to short leg.
I told you. I said it.
They can't hear you.
Mr. Shortleg. Excuse me. You were right. Very well done. Enjoy your coffee.
Impossible.
Possible है. The next level app for next level fans. Cricket Next, where fans rule.
डॉग वीडियोस, कैट वीडियोस, बेबी वीडियोस, बस क्या मतलब जब भरी बस में भी नेटवर्क मस्त चलेगा, सबको वीडियोस देखना याद आएगा। हम नेटवर्क इंजीनियर्स को तो कोई याद नहीं करेगा, तो हम ये क्यों कर रहे हैं?
अरे हम ये इसलिए कर रहे हैं जिससे हमें कोई याद ना करे, बस।
भीड़ में नेटवर्क बढ़िया चले और आप हमें याद ना करें, इसीलिए हम लगा रहे हैं अ टावर एवरी आवर।
थोड़ा तो याद करना चाहिए।
एक्स्ट्रा इनिंग्स दे रहा है चांस। बिट्टू भी तैयार है लेकर अपनी क्रिकेटिंग स्टांस। हर इमोशंस, हर ओवर, हर शेयर पे कर रहा है इकट्ठे पॉइंट्स। बिट्टू बन चला है प्री मैच पंडित, देखो भाई। अब देर न करो तुम भी दोस्त, सोनी लिव के एक्स्ट्रा इनिंग्स में खेलो मोस्ट। पॉइंट्स बढ़ाओ और बनो चैंपियन, क्योंकि जीत के जाओगे।
And I love the one he let through as if to say, what's this? This is international cricket, isn't it? But he's getting a bit of turn. He can be deceptive. I asked him once, why didn't he bowl in first class cricket? He said, no. This is good. So you see, this is the 8th over of the 5th bowler. Well, you're not going to get many coaches around the world teaching kids how to bowl like this, but I just think it just proves that you get someone that bowls like, because you just don't get it.
Yeah.
It takes you a few overs to get used to it.
But that little bit of turn and bounce that he has extracted earlier in his spell. Oh, good fielding. Really good hand from Rohit Sharma. Saved a couple of runs there at least. Just that little bit of turn and bounce has meant that and the low arm action means as a left-hander, very hard to advance down the wicket, any confidence and try to loft over, even over cover, mid-off back. There's a sweeper on the offside. So you got to really wait for a loose delivery, of which that was an opportunity there, missed by Khawaja, or a short one to get to the leg side. It'd probably be a bit hard to sweep because, again, it's a low arm action, skidding on.
Well, he's yet to be hit for a boundary. Khawaja tries to get the sweep away. He's a very street smart cricketer. You'll see that when he comes to bat as well. He's always playing peculiar angles when he's batting, game to play the big shots.
Well, you're saying he's sort of part-time, but I'm sitting here as a former left-hander thinking, I'm wondering where I'm scoring from him in this situation. And that's, as you say, street smart. Just a bit of flight there this time, and that's good turn.
And also just changing his angles, just changing his release points as well, so not being predictable.
Just wonder, he was out of his ground at some point there, but a little fumble from Dhoni